Hi, welcome to the channel. My name's Emma, this is Destination FBA. Today I want to talk to you about slow moving sales within your Amazon business. So possible reasons for this, if there's anything we can do to improve things. It's really important that you keep those sales moving. You need money back out to replenish, keep reinvesting into the business. If those sales are slow, the payments will slow down, you'll struggle to make any new purchases. If you want to run a successful Amazon business, you're going to need to be making constant sales, making a good profit. So if those sales are not happening, you need to work out why. You do not want that stock sat on Amazon shelves, not moving, costing you in storage fees, tying up that cash flow. Slow sales is something we'll probably all experience from time to time, and normally there is an obvious reason for it. If we can work out what that reason is, we can do something about it. Obviously, we've just had Q4, so it's expected that sales in January will be a little bit quieter. And also, we're coming up to the end of the month. Everybody's waiting for that first payday since Christmas. So again, we can expect it to be a little bit slower at the end of the month. There are a number of different reasons why those sales may be slow, so we'll just go through a few of these now, one at a time, in a little bit more detail. So we may have low stock levels, we could have stranded stock, we may have a lot of seasonal products, or we may just not be analysing those deals enough. We could also have pricing issues, and we may not be winning that buy box. If you've got low stock levels, this really is not going to help those sales. You need to be sending more stock in, and you need to be doing this on a regular basis. If you let yourself run out of your best-selling items, this will hurt your sales, it will hurt your cash flow as well. Make sure you're ordering enough stock to last, and as soon as that stock looks to be getting low, make sure you replenish it. Now when you're sourcing, you're analysing those deals, you need to be checking the monthly sales within BuyBot Pro, and make sure you're looking at all those historical data charts as well. This will help just give you a really good indication of what's happened with those sales in the past, what we can expect to happen in the future. This will also help you to get those stock quantities right when you're placing those orders. Now, if you've got stranded stock, this means you've got products with no active offer on them, meaning they are not available to sell. Now, there's a number of different reasons that stock may become stranded, and it could be suppressed because they've been priced too high, there could be labelling issues, or it may have just been removed from Amazon's catalogue altogether. You need to be checking that stranded stock on a regular basis and doing whatever is needed to put things right. So whether that's adjusting your pricing, adjusting the listing, or creating a removal order. Whilst that stock is stranded, you will still be paying storage fees, so it's really important you deal with this as soon as possible. So next, let's take a look at seasonal items. So if you're planning on purchasing any seasonal items, again, you need to be checking those historical data charts. You need to be sure that that product sells particularly well during the season you're looking at. If you send seasonal items in at the wrong time of year, this again can have an impact on your cash flow. You can have stock just sat there on Amazon shelves, not moving. If you've got a lot of seasonal items in stock, just be aware as that season ends, check the quantities, do what you can to get rid of it. So either reduce those prices right down, try and shift the stock out, or create a removal order. You don't want that stock sat for another year, costing you long-term storage fees. Now when you're sourcing, you might find some great items at the end of the season at really, really good prices. Only make the investment, only purchase these if you can afford to sit on that stock and you've got the storage space available. It's pointless sending these in if they are not going to sell for quite some time. Again, check those historical data charts. As soon as there is any evidence of those sales picking up, get that stock sent straight in. Preparing, planning ahead will help you with those sales. It will really help you to grow your business. Now, if I just show you an item over on Amazon, so we have this Harry Potter calendar and we would expect those sales to be higher in the lead up to December. If we scroll down to the historical data charts and click all time, we can follow this BSR line. Now this seems to be quite a new item on Amazon. It was only added last September, so we don't have a huge amount of data available, but what we can see is those sales were really, really good all the way through September, October, November. They started to drop off all the way through December, as we would expect. There's so much information within these charts that there's really no reason for us to be wrongly purchasing and sending in seasonal stock. You just have to be sure when you're sourcing that you are analysing all of your deals properly. If you do not analyse those deals properly, you run a high risk of purchasing bad buys. This will almost always lead to slow sales and stock sat on Amazon shelves just not moving. You are given so much data within BuyBot Pro that these bad buys should be very few and far between. Be sure to use all that data, carry out a thorough analysis, check those historical data charts, use all this information to your advantage. It's not just a case of checking profits, checking return on investment. You need to be checking that competition data. You need to be checking that BSR as well. Now, it's pointless investing into a product that's got a great profit margin if the sales are very, very slow. Again, you do not want to end up with long-term storage fees. You do not want that stock sat on Amazon shelves not moving. Analysis is the most important part of sourcing your goods. Poor analysis will always lead to poor sales. Now, another cause of poor sales is your pricing. If there's multiple sellers on the same listing as you need to be competitively priced or you'll struggle to win that buy box, you will struggle to make sales. Be sure of exactly what your competition is doing. Make sure you set your repricer to the right strategy. Now, it's not always easy to compete. You could find a great item that's got very little competition, just to find that you send your items in and suddenly loads of people have jumped on that same listing, they've dragged that price right down. You then need to make the decision whether you're going to sit on that stock, hope that they sell out depending on their stock levels, or you may want to drop the price down, compete with them, clear that stock out as fast as you can. Always keep as competitive as you can, but make sure you're making a healthy profit as well. You don't want to be working for next to nothing, and you certainly do not want to be losing money either. Now, if you're not winning the buy box, this can also have a big impact on your sales. So as we mentioned before, you need to stay as competitive as you can, as this will make all the difference. Now, it could even be that everybody's priced too highly, so Amazon have just removed that buy box altogether. So as well as competitive pricing, we need to have fair pricing. Now, there's a number of different reasons why we may not be winning that buy box. So we've got things like poor seller metrics, so you need to make sure you're checking your account on a regular basis, keeping it as healthy as possible. Be sure to check things like your order defect rate, your cancellation rate, and your customer reviews. You may even find as a new seller, you're not winning as big a share of that buy box as the more experienced sellers on that listing. Whenever you're doing your analysing, just be sure of exactly what's happening with that buy box, and if Amazon are on the listing, is there any evidence of them sharing it? On this particular item, it says Amazon have shared the buy box on occasion during the last 90 days, although not as regularly as third-party sellers would prefer. To get a better idea of just how that buy box is being shared, you need to scroll down and take a look at those buy box statistics. Here we can see exactly how that buy box has been shared over different periods of time. So over the last 30 days, Amazon have held 98% of that buy box, with just 2% being shared. And over a period of 90 days, Amazon is sitting at 97%. This is an item I would likely avoid. Knowing why those sales are slow can make all the difference to turning things around, so just make sure you review things on a regular basis, make any changes that you need to. Check that stranded stock, be sure of all the data when you're analysing, keep competitively priced so you can win those buy boxes. I hope that's helped. Just to give you a few ideas of the different things you need to check, but if there's anything you need to ask, please do comment below. That is all from me today, so as always, thank you very much for watching. If this video has been useful, please do click that like button, subscribe to the channel, join us over on Facebook, and I will see you very soon for the next video.